Welcome back. Another Hangout show. As you see, there's nothing on the bottom because there's someone else who's doing a show in about 59 minutes that makes fun of me for calling it the Saturday Hangout. So since it's not on a Saturday, we've just gone with nothing. And it's the season's, I put season's Eve show, but it's the season's pre-Eve.
The eve to the eve.
Yeah. So it's our last show before the season starts. So that's why it's the Eve. How it is. So,
Yep.
Donnie, what have you been up to?
Work
this week.
real job problems all week.
Real job sucks. I'll tell you that there. And
listen, my day job's it's not bad, but I've been training all week, so I've been training new hires. Isn't it scary? They give me the ability to indoctrinate people into the company.
Yeah, I'm the same way. I had that the other night, and good day, Mr. Spencer. I had that the other night, and it's when you work in. Look at that new ACL Pro Peter Gunn. I may have called it. Mr. Vincent on here as well too, but Peter Gunn, I may have called it because he just like that close in Ottawa of making it. But he went the distance and he got the pro spot out west. So I cannot wait to see him as a pro. I don't know if Peter, aren't you like dual citizenship possibly? Because first time in Calgary there last year, kind of made me question myself. I know it doesn't happen often, but maybe because he's wearing a California Coasters jersey, and I'm like, it's the matter. Like, is he American or Canadian? And your Matt's like, oh, he's Canadian.
He
has to apply.
Apply for his U.S. citizenship or
probably Canadian.
I
think, but good old Miss Candy in the chat. He's now eligible to play. So
for Canadian, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Hi, Miss Candy.
East Coast Cornhole. If you haven't got your jersey yet, head to East Coast Cornhole. Help out the show. You've got the beautiful scenic St. John's Harbor on a down and back jersey. The first of a couple collabs I'll be doing with East Coast Cornhole.
That jersey looked so good a month ago. Before it had a stain on it.
It's not like I've got my face on it, but yeah. But it is what it is. So I'm glad Candy's feeling better. I was at work last night checking out my Facebook, and after I was done work, and I don't think Candy was happy last night.
Well, hey, listen, I was texting the boss last night.
I think he was even in that building.
Well, there was a watch, and I can't say what kind of watch it was because we would get canceled on the Book of Faith in YouTube. But yeah, I was really excited when they came back and they were ahead for like 16 seconds, and then the bottom fell out.
Yeah.
But Doug, dude, she was posting so many.
I think there was a lot of people were fired last night.
Yeah. Well, Candy was posting so many things last night about Bobo, and I learned so much about Georgia football yesterday just by Candy's like 72 posts during the game.
Yeah. I've got another friend on Facebook who's a Florida Gators fan, and that's every weekend for him. Like he's like so pumped up, and then just 30 seconds of the game, he's just like everybody's got to go.
Yeah, it was rough last night talking with the boss. But the one thing I do want to say, Doug, is so for some of our friends down in that area, hopefully everybody's safe. I've seen some pictures from like the Asheville area and some other places like that.
Yeah,
there's crazy weather that went through there this week. I know there's a lot of trees down, a lot of water. I know there's a lot of crews heading down that way to help out with power and everything else. So hopefully everybody's safe. And if you need anything, reach out to the community. We'll see what we can do to help everybody out if we can.
Yeah, and I've got a lot of friends, even like both cornhole and my NASCAR family that I hang out with when I'm in Charlotte. They are all in the Asheville area, so I'm hoping they are all okay. And then the other thing that's kind of not like that, but with that is today is another. It's been 3 years, Donnie, since we lost Rocky Rockwell, and I kind of realized that this morning, and I was like, whoa! And then I made the post about it, but got to talk with him a couple times. Talked to him coming on the show. Could never really make it work. He was always like, "Oh, there's bad internet at the Rock Pound that he could never get it." And then so I was like, "Okay, fine. Well, how about as when Ben and I are on our way to Charlotte when we go there for the 600?" I was like, "How about if we make the little detour, head to where you're at, and maybe we've got the wireless mics. Let's do a show when we're just fishing, and we'll talk cornhole and whatever else." And he was down for that, but didn't get to make it down to talk with him about that. And and it's just he was a great ambassador for the game of cornhole.
It was a great cornhole light that was extinguished way too young, and he's sadly missed. I know the ACL has kind of immortalized him with the Rocky Award for Spirit. I think it's amazing. But him and his family really did a lot for the cornhole community, not just in their area, but also across the country as they played.
Yeah, 2 years ago when not this year, the past year when Frank won the award, I talked to him the next day, and like those two men were inseparable friends. And I know that he almost couldn't even talk about it. He just kind of got that choked up just for the pride of being given that award, but just the memory of him, right? So it's it's a guy that his legacy will live on, and it's I don't know, not really much else I can say to that.
No,
really.
But I just hope his family is still doing well, and that everybody keeps his memory alive by playing some great bags and helping the community around you.
Exactly. Yeah, I remember. And just one more thing with him. I remember we talked about these videos extensively on the old Zoom chats. And I remember his Johnsonville video that he put out because he got everybody in that area, all the pros in that area, to go to the Rock Pound and make their Johnsonville video, and they were all kind of together. But it was one that was kind of. I would have loved to see the outtakes of that one.
Listen, those were some funny videos, but I think that was a dark time with all the pros just slamming some sausage.
Yeah. Sure. Yeah. Yeah. So we're just we're killing time here.
Doug, the best video was Screechum Meacham's video.
Yeah, the counter video.
The Jimmy Dane.
Yeah, the counter video. Yeah. But yeah, we're
that's when we get canceled.
Yeah. We're killing time. So we're waiting for the two guests to show up. We're gonna be having a couple guests tonight. It was gonna be a surprise. And I had talked to one of them, and they were like, "Yeah, we're gonna do this. We're gonna do that there," and kind of like do like the whole college reveal thing. And then their bag sponsor went, "Nope, we're throwing it out there that they're going to be on the show." So we're going to be having Clayton and Mike come on with the unretirement party. I think he just wanted us all to say nice things about him, and then now he's coming back.
Listen, it was the I Quit match. and he quit. He's a quitter. But
he's back. But he's back.
He unquit.
Yes. Yeah. But I think he's in the when I checked, he is in the top 2 for appearances as a guest on the Down and Back. So I think he's just trying to equal Trey Ryder, I think, for this one.
In a technicality, I beat them all.
Technicality, yes. But you're not really a guest.
I've been over too many times. I'm not a guest anymore.
No, you're in every week. You're now just part of the furniture. You're the couch. You're the.
Like,
I don't want to call you like an Ed McMahon.
Yes, sir. You are correct, sir.
But yeah, so
half the kids in the chat don't understand what I just did.
Not at all. It's like we were talking today when I was up at the camp that they were doing. The one guy was playing the Tommy Two-Tone song 8675309 Jenny, right? And I remember seeing some car dealership did a TikTok with that, and they were like going asking everyone when they were born, and they were like, "What's Jenny's phone number?" And they're like, "I don't know any Jennys. I don't have a Jenny in my phone." Right, but then ones of a certain age knew Jenny's number, right? So, yeah.
Well, I think Jenny was April's mom because April's mom has got it going on. So I think that was just
possibly
extra sauce to that.
Yes. No, so we talked about it off the top with Peter Gunn in the chat, but we also have to say congratulations to Ron Vasseur, who also gets the pro spot in the West. I believe the guys from Quebec are battling it out right now as we speak. So I cannot watch what's going on there. So we will talk about that, I guess, on our next show. But
I went to a block party this weekend, Doug. Oh, wait, too soon? Can't say that one.
yeah.
Hey, yo.
We talked also off air. Got it right out of that one. But how you were going to get to play your first ACL tournament this upcoming weekend, but someone had other plans.
Yeah, had a
offered you and then snatched it right back.
It was kind of like when I went to Bag and Bash this year, where I did a partner reveal video for like 2 months, and then I showed up and my partner backed out on me.
Mm-hmm.
We're not going to say who that was, but it was hurtful.
Just it's kind of like squirrel. Yeah. We've now got the trailer parked. We are now seasonal at a campground, and they're actually having a cornhole tournament there next weekend.
So, what is seasonal up there? Because I know a lot of campgrounds down by me here. It's usually kind of just after Memorial Day to potentially the end of September-ish, depending on the campground.
So this one here is beginning of May till Thanksgiving.
Wow, that goes pretty late up there for you guys because it gets kind of cold.
Well, no, it's only in 2 weeks.
Oh, I forgot your Thanksgiving's weird. You're in Canada.
We do it first, we do it better. That's all I got to say.
Yeah, because you're a bunch of turkeys.
Okay, we have our 2 guests in, and I know I have to be quick because this one guy doesn't have much time.
I've heard that about you.
Damn. Here's the one, Mr. Mike Ferreira and Clayton. How you guys doing?
Hey, what's up?
How's it going?
So, Mike, as Di and I were just talking, I've always said, hey, you want to come on the show? And you're like, oh, I'm going to be at Disney. Oh, I'm going to be on a cruise. And of course, tonight,
I'm on a cruise.
You're on a cruise.
No, he's on a boat.
So everything's okay with all the weather. Everything's okay with you?
Oh yeah, the storm it didn't really hit that bad, at least where I am. But I got lucky.
Yeah, because it kind of skirted you, right, Mike?
Yeah.
Went
We
around.
got the outer edge. We got a lot of the wind. Not so much rain, but the wind was pretty bad. But no damage at my place, so I got lucky for sure.
Okay, so we have to thank Lydia for letting you come on here first of all, because you had to ask permission first.
She wanted me to go to a costume party, so that's where I'm going after this.
She took away 2 of his cruise miles and put them in her account.
Pretty much, yeah.
So Clayton, where are you from?
I am from Chesapeake, Virginia.
Okay.
Yep, born and raised. So I play in Devin Harbaugh's area, so I'm
Who?
pretty well acquainted with him.
Never heard of him.
He's a good player, isn't he? I think.
I think he's all right.
He's okay, yeah.
He's okay. No, nothing to brag about.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's a good guy though. But he definitely took me under his wing per se when I started making my run up in this local area. You know, he told me that I caught his eye, and so ever since then, you know, I've been kind of listening to what he says. He gives advice. I'm there.
So if you're under the tutelage of Devin Harbaugh, when you call a timeout, do you do the Harbaugh timeout where you literally walk towards the board, look at the side angle first, step back, put your hands upon your hips,
Yep. Hey,
and look
signature.
straight at the board?
I haven't mastered that one yet. That's a work in progress for sure.
All right, just checking. Because every time he walks down, it's
to a T.
To a T, side of the board, stares at it, cocks the head a little bit, then steps back, hands on the hips, looks straight down, and then literally turns around like a soldier and walks right back.
Just marches, head down and gone. And then he makes the craziest shot ever. Nuts. Yep. That's where me and him differ, right? I completely shank it, but he, you know, smokes it. But yeah.
Well, you say that, but you had a couple big wins to end the season, though.
Yep. Me and my boy Anthony Eastridge, he also plays in this area. So does new junior pro Gabriel Clausen. We all play in the same area, so we see each other very frequently. Landon Bass was another good name up there. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah. So for the ones in the chat that don't, your couple big wins at the end of the season were.
Me and Anthony Eastridge ended up taking down advanced elite doubles at Worlds. So that was a huge win. And then we ended up second in our bracket at Spencer McKenzie's too. So taking down some big names out there too.
It's a small tournament.
Yeah.
Only a couple people, right?
And then, you know, taking down the Atlantic Conference to get my pro card. So that was a big one. Able to go undefeated through rounders, and then was able to lock in and wasn't missing. So ran into a good day at the right time, you know.
I was at Spencer's for half the weekend.
Okay.
I was going to say, there's someone on this panel that doesn't remember Spencer's at all.
Right.
Well, half the weekend, my alter ego was there. Different story.
Yeah, we'll just keep it in Cali, you know.
Yeah.
For sure.
So, Mike, I was kind of thinking, was it just your plan just to have all of us talk nice about you, and then be like, "Oh, hey, I mean, what? I'm coming back."
No, I actually I signed on the last day. It was a good offer. Talking with Mark, I know Clayton's a solid throw from Virginia. Honestly, I was surprised he still didn't have a partner. You know, I've been seeing a lot of him lately, so I know he's solid, and I think we're going to be doing really well this year. So I was like, might as well go one more.
Right.
Listen, when you posted your retiring, I was going to put like Sarah McLachlan behind it.
Get like those.
Yeah, the animal rescue videos.
Yeah. No, it was tough. I had a couple offers, but I thought going back to Ultra would have been the best way if I were to come back. So glad I did. Ready for one more year. And I'm ready for a good one. You know, gonna bring some energy.
So I'm seeing Rob Ayers in the chat here is asking if you're coming back to Calgary to defend your title.
I'll be there.
Although that's in a couple weeks.
Yeah, but I'll be there.
But it's a great question this year because points are different.
Yeah, for sure.
Right? So will a lot of US pros head up that way with the points being different? And I want them to. I want everybody to come up there and experience it, but with points changing, that makes it a little bit more difficult, especially where some sponsor money is starting to dwindle a tiny bit.
Yeah, I still think it's good to go out to the other countries and including Europe too as well. The game is still growing, and I feel like there's a big impact having a lot of the U.S. pros going over to the foreign national events. It really shows the level that everyone wants to strive to be, and it really shows aspects of your game that really can be worked on, improve. And overall, just it's so great because everyone there is having a great time, and they're hungry to learn and play.
For sure.
So Clayton, will you be making any trips up with Mike up here to the north?
Yeah, I gotta get my passport. Never needed it,
thinking-
so definitely with these opportunities, I want to be able to be open to hit those trips when they present themselves.
Yeah, especially in the pro division now, you get the
Yeah.
opportunity, not just Canada, but going to Europe. I mean,
Yeah, like
that-
hey, this is I'm a year and a half into playing competitive cornhole, so this just like took off for me. So this is all just hitting me like, oh, okay, that's an opportunity. That's an opportunity. But hey, we're taking it in stride and we're thanking God the whole way. Let's get it.
yeah, and look, and I'm hearing in the next maybe next season, but the next couple seasons, we're maybe going to be hitting some other countries too. I'm hearing, maybe some parts of Asia,
Oh wow.
and getting back down to Australia also, I believe too, Mike. I think I've heard some rumblings there about that.
Yeah, I've heard off and on talking, so that'd be really awesome. I'm really looking to go over to Europe this year too. Try out some international stuff.
I'm thinking that Mike, because I kind of joke with Trey Ryder about this, how he's going to places that he can visit Disney. Although it's probably worse for Mike too. Mike's going to go wherever he can go to a Disney and a cruise. I think Mike he's going to be there.
Oh yeah,
Like
France, Japan. We can go. We can figure things out.
He figure it out. Listen, he can do the Mediterranean little Côte d'Azur,
We'll never say no to that.
But speaking because I know at our first virtual international, we had some countries from South America that had one or two players there. So hopefully we can get some more down there.
Yeah, that'd be awesome. Expand it as much as possible. I know everyone is talking about Olympics for cornhole, so we need as many countries to start playing as possible.
Yeah. And I see Peter said he's trying to get light skin to show, but the schedule is tight. And I think that's the one thing that kind of hurts some of the international play is that it is kind of sandwiched in between a lot of your pro events here in the U.S. And I think that's where a lot of, the bigger tournaments are struggling a bit too, because they're trying to find ways to squeeze these tournaments in between your off weeks. And sometimes those off weeks become family weeks because you have to plan all your family stuff for that one little window that you have to be home. So
sure.
I know Clayton, you traveled a little bit last year to be an elite. Mike, you've been doing this for a few years. How do you guys try to, juggle that calendar a bit?
Hey, we're rolling with the punches. We're going to figure it out. Ask for forgiveness always.
All right.
I'm lucky.
Yeah.
I'm lucky that Lydia, she'll come with me to some events. So it's more so, I have to use some of the money to bring her over too, I guess. But she loves to travel, so
Wait, you get no, that's an absolute. You're not getting away without her. That's not happening.
Oh, I know. I know.
You just
Well,
got
I mean,
3 or 4
we say about how we have to get them between family weekends because Mike's got the big event that's coming up here that he's been planning. I think that was the retirement part, was going to have time to do that, but now it's just going to be sandwiched in between cornhole events.
Yeah. So I plan to go to a few events, but I was like, if I'm going to be going to the events I'm going to, I might as well go one more year. So that's my plan.
That's
cool. So our bags will be ultra.
Yep.
Have we talked about what series?
We've juggled around because he throws R's, I throw X's, but I came up on R's, so I mean, Mike can throw anything as well because he's got the perfect bag. You can throw any bag with that type of throw.
Never seen him throw a bag.
Ever. Crazy. But yeah, hey, and Ultra just came out with those Viper RSs, so I haven't gotten my set, but I'm definitely looking to see how those move on the board.
Yeah, tell Mark he
Yeah.
hasn't sent me any bags yet either. So I mean,
Hey, let him know.
Well,
My-
speaking of Vipers, this is like the 5th anniversary of the Viper here this month, the month of September. So so it's maybe on a big anniversary, maybe a big 5th anniversary tour for you guys with Ultra.
Oh yeah, show them what the Vipers can really do, right?
Yeah, there we go.
I think people seen that in Calgary last year, Mike. You took down everything. So
Yeah. Well, I mean, I'm coming back again. Got a different partner this time though. Yeti wasn't able to make it, so I'm coming out with a different partner. I think it'll be a surprise for a lot of people.
well,
Alright.
I know one thing. I'm getting a later flight. I'm staying a couple extra days, so we won't be able to catch the same flight home this time.
Oh, no midnight showing.
No midnight show from the airport. No.
Oh,
But Donnie, that event that Mike has coming up, I think we've both known him for you probably for longer than me, and I've known him for like the 5 years of the show. But did you get an invite?
I
I didn't
think
get an invite.
mine was lost in the mail. I think. Yeah, I've known Mike for a few more years because we did play in the same conference for the longest time.
yep.
I was in a little bit higher bracket than he was. They made a special bracket for me, Super Pro.
Because you went from the bottom up, right? That's what it was.
No, I started at the bottom. I made it to the top. Listen.
It was the Doghouse special bracket. That's what it was.
Yeah.
No, but I've known Mikey for a couple years, and he's always been a great friend of my old show, and now our new partnership. And when he moved down to Florida and left me, I was very hurt by it, but it's okay now. We've mended fences, but I still haven't gotten my invitation.
You guys are always able to come down. It's the 23rd. We got plenty of
Well, it's
space.
23rd of November, right? Is that's what it
23rd
is?
of November. Yep. I was gonna say we have open bar. We got plenty there. So you guys are good.
I can tell that you're a friend of Matt Plows because that's very close to my birthday, and he likes to plan everything around events in my life. So it's yeah.
Listen, I've been known to break an open bar.
Oh. I would love to see that happen.
Yeah. My bartender at Spencer's tried to figure out why I was still alive on Sunday. She said I tried to drink the entire bar for her.
Well, you just wanted her to get a day off. That was it.
That was it. Listen, my liver didn't get a day off at Spencer's, so it's okay.
That's why Clayton remembers it and you don't.
No,
Yeah.
I remember most of Spencer's. My alter ego remembers the other half.
I think the only times you remember are in the post shows when Candy tells you about what they did to you. But yes. And she has pictures.
My Pizza Dan costume.
So, yeah.
That's awesome.
So anything else you guys want to add here? I know that we're kind of short on time here, but,
I know Ultra's your main sponsor. Anything else? I know, Mike, you've had a lot of people that have supported you down in your area. Clayton, you have anything around your area that's helping you out so far? Or are you still working on some stuff?
Yeah. Child Therapy Concepts, Denny Malone's company. He's sponsored me this year, and my father-in-law, he sponsored me this year, 1310 renovations. So yeah, shout out to them, no doubt. And Ultra, we're running it.
Nice.
Yep. So,
Mike, I know you had a lot of local businesses for you down there. With you've run. Are you still a director? Are you still running some nights too, or down there?
So I took a step back from being a director. That's kind of how I'm able to go and travel now. So give back a few days during the week, and I'm able to travel more. I'm still really close. I still get a lot of support over from CDawg. They're always one text away. They're awesome. They're actually helping part of my wedding as well. So a lot of respect to them, and really thankful for their support, and Ultra for keeping me for another year.
yes, sir.
All right. Well, we look forward to seeing you guys at the top of the brackets.
Yeah.
Lower than me,
there.
but no big deal. You
All
guys have, But good luck this season, and
Thank you.
Nothing but four baggers. Oh no, wait, that's the other show.
Ah,
Yeah, and Mike, I want to thank you because I think this appearance now ties you with Trey Ryder for the most appearances on the show here. And Clayton, this is your first. I know it will not be your last. We will have you on
For
again
sure.
in the future here, talking with Mike, and maybe you may even be live here at from an event up here in Canada.
Hey, come on.
I was gonna
So,
say,
yeah.
look for me for St. John's too. I'm marking that on the calendar.
So there's St. John's. You're going both coasts almost here. That's
Oh yeah,
although Donnie, there's cruise ships that go into St. John's. Just saying.
there is.
There's that.
They leave out of Boston and they go up there.
There's boats.
So again, yeah. Thank you guys for coming on. And next time you're talking to Eric, another big fan of the show, say hi for me because this show would be almost nothing without his help with going on. So as I'm wrapping up, this is the last show of the fifth year, and so thank you both for coming on.
We appreciate
Thank
your
you.
time.
All right, gents, be safe.
We'll catch y'all
Yeah,
later.
have a good one.
Yep. So yes, there are two guys coming on. They're a partnership. They wanted to come on and kind of do the whole. They wanted to put on the college hat thing that they're coming back with Ultra, but that went to the wayside. But I have to say I am glad that Mike is sticking around another year because he's one guy that I really like watching in the pro division.
He's a really good ambassador for the game. He was really good when he was up here in the New England area, really helping a lot of people out, helping to understand, how to play and bringing more people in. And then, moving to Florida, he really started to help kind of, around his area because there really wasn't much when he first got down. So he really started to expand cornhole down there. I know he had, I want to say like 2 to 3 different bars that he was playing at, a couple nights a week. And that's why he says he's getting some time back now because they were running, blind draws and, BYOPs a couple nights a week to really, grow the scene, not the game, down in that area.
Well, and I know when he first went down to that area, he was still with Octane at the time, and partnered up with that thing. He had partnered up with Hasib Hobbybon down there, and that's when he really put himself on the map, right, so to speak. So it's great for him, and I know he's one of the leagues that a lot of people talk about down there because he's one of the ones where he plays, they put money back into the pot for if people show up, right? And people, as I say all the time, support the bar that you're at. Don't be bringing in anything outside. Buy from that venue that you're at, and then that's why they go and put money back in. I think they put $1 in for each person that shows up back into the pot. So it's, you are getting that 100% payout.
Well, and I think, when you really start to support the places that you play at, right? Just support them the night of the league. You support them other times throughout the week, whether it's ordering food from them, going back and maybe, bringing the wife for, maybe a date and getting some drinks or even just hanging out with some friends after work. It really helps that place out, right? Yep. And it really starts to show them the value of bringing us in as cornhole. And, maybe some people see it as just disruption, but when they start to see that money kind of flow back into the building, into the establishment, it really helps out. I know I've told the story a couple times about the VFW that we play with on Monday nights. Marky Berry's running that up here. The board of directors did not see the value, but the commander did let us run on Monday nights. And within 2 years of that night, we remodeled the entire upstairs. So now they get more money for rentals and stuff because of the money cornhole brought in on a Monday night. Because, most places like that are dead on a Monday because it's the first day of the work week. Everybody's kind of tired and, kind of worn out from the weekend and then going back to work. But, just by having that faith in us and us helping them out, it actually helped them to really make their place a little bit better. And it wasn't bad to begin with, but by, putting a bigger TV in there and, painting the walls, changing the floor, now they can get a little more money for that room. And it helps a place like a VFW that, a lot of these younger kids don't want to join a place like that because it's a place their dad went or their grandfather went. So, they're losing some members, and it's really about these people that can help support and bring that money in so they can keep the place going.
Yeah, I know in Peterborough at the Keystone Links golf course, Adam Hubbard and the people at Peterborough Cornhole did that as well. They were able to help out and put some new lighting in their kind of area where the space where they rent out, and they're kind of like a clubhouse bar area. And because I know I did live feeds in there one time. It was kind of dark. They put some new lighting in there, and now it's so much better for just the sight lines and doing stuff in there now.
Well, and that's a big thing too, Doug, is giving back to the community just isn't about the cornhole community or a charity in town or an organization in town. It's also about helping out those local businesses that support cornhole, right? That local hardware store that donated a $25 gift card to a tournament, or local Little League trying to help them out to raise some money for travel ball or whatever it is, right?
Yep.
It's about us finding ways to keep that connection with the people around us and really help make the place around us a better place, right? We all don't know how long we're here for, but how do we make it better while we're here?
Exactly. And one thing I want to say, we had Mike Ferreira on to give his unretirement. I'm seeing a name who is watching. You're next. You're next for coming on this show to say, I'm not retiring, I'm sticking around. That is Albert Parsons. I see that you're watching, Albert. Everybody, it's turned into like you won't know, it's the old Canadian Tire commercial. Albert, it's a hockey guy who's growing up. He comes back to play in his hometown team or whatever, and the whole crowd is just chanting his name. And that's what we want to have happen in St. John's when you come back as a pro, Albert.
Albert, if I'm going to take the time to come up to St. John's, you better unretire.
Stay an ACL Canada pro. That's all we're saying. That's all we're saying. That's all we're saying. And speaking of pros, Andrew Spencer, a little earlier on in the show, we have Jocelyn Poudret is back as an ACL Canada pro. He started off as a pro, had to step back, but he is back as an ACL Canada pro. And Alex Champagne,
Champagne.
I'll have to work on that one.
Yeah.
We're the two Premier A12s of the day.
So was that the last pro qualifier of the year?
That is, yes.
Okay, that should round out the field.
It should, yes.
All right. So now the only way we get other people in is based on people dropping out potentially.
Potentially. Now I haven't had a chance to I can't think of the word here right now, just to make sure of what they're going by. But because I know in the States they are not backfilling spots of people that have backed out. I'm not sure if I've heard both ways here in Canada, so I'm not sure just what was going on with the backfilling.
You go both ways in Canada?
Yep. It's a progressive country, Donnie. Progressive country. We throw both ways. We go from left to right and right to left. We go both
down
ways.
And back.
And back. Yes, we do. Yes, as Peter said, let the draft begin. I cannot wait for the draft this year. Hopefully this year they slow it down, because they were rapid fire last year in the draft. Like, I couldn't even keep up.
Yeah, build a little more excitement in there. Let's not just like rip people up to the podium. You got to give like that 30-second, 1-minute countdown, kind of like the NFL. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Let's build up some tension here. Send some cards to the podium. Rip that envelope open. Something.
We're talking about you, Derek Barrett.
Yeah.
Yep.
What is it?
He's already asking people for resumes. Yeah,
Derek's sending me pictures of
tampering.
Because
he's one of the Is that tampering?
Wait, wait a minute. The season hasn't started yet, right?
Well, and he's getting ready for the draft.
But wait a minute. When the season ends and the season begins, there is that no-fly zone in the middle, isn't there?
Yeah, well, you know,
I'm gonna have to launch an investigation with ACL Canada to see if maybe Derek loses 2 draft picks.
maybe.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to talk to ACL proper and see if he might need some sanctions.
It's a big word for him.
Yeah, he's still trying. He's still looking it up.
We'll find out tomorrow
Yes.
or 3 days from now. But yes.
The internet
But
is
yeah.
slow.
Yes, yeah, but also speaking of the pro qualifier in Alberta, big thanks to Robert Ayers, who I know was in the chat. Should have said this year earlier. He went live last night, and it even shocked me because I give him the access to the Facebook page, and last night at work I was on my lunch, and I put up the video for the day, the 10 days of down and back. I went to put it up, and as I logged onto the page, it says I'm live, and I'm like, wait a second, the camera's not on. I have no cameras hooked up. How am I live? And I was like, oh yeah, he's live at the pro qualifier, letting people watch that. So yeah, it was really great to have him. I know Daniel Vanes, he was doing the stuff from Quebec today. There you go, Donnie. It's Derek's response. Derek, maybe you just have one logo this year on New Jersey.
Yeah, I filled out the forms.
Apparently, yeah. With you filling out the forms and asking me questions, I realized that I filled the forms out wrong. So now I have to backtrack and see what it was. It's because
Listen, you know what this podcast has cost me? This podcast has cost me time. You know why? Because I've now had to add a world clock in my phone to figure out everybody in this chat who I'm talking to and what time it is. So literally I spent an hour today reorganizing my time zones so that I could see when all the people we're talking to, what time it is there. I'm like, my life is becoming hell right now because I'm just like, all right, Calgary and like St. John's, and like I'm just trying to figure out time zones, Doug. What have you done to me?
Well, see, for me, working shift work here, it works out well because there's times when when I want to talk to the guys in Australia, I'm done work at like 11:30, 12 o'clock. I'm still wide awake. I can do a show at 2 a.m.
Listen,
I'm still awake. I don't have to be up in the morning.
You just screwed me up. Now I have to add Australia. Jesus.
Hey, I try to help out as much as I can.
And with my OCD, I had to put them in time order too because it was all mixed up. I literally had to go back and rearrange them. So bad. And I had to put Calgary and Denver because even though they're in the same time zone, I couldn't. My brain doesn't work that way when I see it. So I had to put the 2 different countries in there.
Oh, Peter Gunn's waiting for Lucky Bags.
Who
see Dustin McLaughlin waking up from a little nap. He flew out of Calgary like same day, Dustin, I believe. From BC. You want to add the BC time zone into that too, Donnie? That's
damn it, Doug. You just
that's another one.
It's gonna be like a mile long. Damn it.
Hey, like I say, I'm here to help.
What do I gotta do? British Columbia? Is that what it is, right?
Yeah.
Wait, what's a town in there though? It doesn't. Yeah, I gotta do it by city. What's a city there?
Well, Dustin's from Maple Ridge.
All right, Maple Ridge. Hold on.
And as Peter says, BC is like Cali.
Oh, BC is like Cali. Okay, hold on. Let me see here. What do we got? All right, so California for me. Hold on. LA is it's 4:45 p.m. So they are minus 3 hours from me right now. Okay. So BC is in that area. Okay. And then I got
yes, Dustin. The attorney did went long, and for anyone who messaged me, I cannot comment.
What is
love
that?
to, but I cannot comment because the qualifier went a little long.
What can't you Comment about what?
What they did double elimination,
Oh,
which
Oh!
there was a bit
Oh!
of conflict in that. So yeah,
yeah.
I can't comment. Can't comment.
My lawyer has said we can't talk about that due to some restrictions and other stuff, and no big deal. Disregard.
Yep. I was trying to figure out what I was like reading Derek. I just couldn't understand what Derek was saying.
You know where Derek's always going. He's working hard. He's the hardest working dart man in show business.
I was gonna say the hardest working non-working man because he said home not working, but yeah.
Why is it every time we talk to Derek, he's laying in bed?
Because you see, he's trying to be like Adam Hisner. Because every time Adam's been on the show, well, most times Adam's been on the show, he's been laying in bed. So, yeah. And now you've just exited the stage left.
Listen,
and you're back.
I had to go to the beer fridge. I ran out of beverages.
Yeah. It's all at the camper.
Yeah. All right. So, Doug, here's what I'm thinking right now. Are there any pros that you can think of right now, Canada and US, that haven't announced yet? There's got to be a few, right?
I think for right now is just we have 2 returning pros I don't believe have announced in Canada.
Okay.
But then they haven't announced if they're staying or leaving yet either. Right? So they haven't announced anything yet. We have the 2 from last night in Alberta. We have Peter. So Peter, if you want to make an announcement, feel free. And then we have Jocelyn and Alex in Quebec that they're just fresh. So they probably haven't had a chance.
So Doug, I think this week me and you have to put on our Canada and US top 5 list. And what we will do is between the 2 of us, whoever wins, the loser has to donate a set of bags to a top fan.
Sure. Okay.
What do you think?
We can do that. We can do that. I can do that.
Except I don't pay duty. Duty. I love that word, duty. No, but we're going to figure out a contest because me and Doug can go head to head, and all of you can pick who's going to win the contest, who gets the most people in their top 5s, and we will pick a prize for all of you. So we'll fight. Doug doesn't know. I just brought this up at Doug. I love just throwing stuff out of 5. He had no idea this was coming, and we're going to figure out a contest to run to keep all of you in the chat coming back for more and more. So here's what you need to do. You need to like the Down and Back podcast. You need to follow. And follow.
Like and follow.
You need to like the Voice of Cornhole and, follow my page. And we will figure out something where we can make all of you more interested in what we're doing, because we have some big content coming up. We had a 5-hour meeting this week of just stuff we want to do this year.
Yep.
And some of the things we want to do are going to be epic, but we need some people maybe to help us out with some of it, because we're going to be traveling. We're going to be doing some live feed stuff. Doug's going to do some stuff on his own. I'm going to do some stuff on my own. But we're also going to do some stuff together. And yes, I have a page. I'm like, oh, you son of a.
See, he was in the hangout, and I talked to him later on because he shared some of the stuff about or made comments and stuff about Cheyenne being on American TV last week. And I was like, hey, remember, you got to know about that prior to everybody else. You had the heads up because we talked about it in that thing we can't talk about.
Listen, Mike DeLeese, don't be a son of a. Hey, Chris Cook.
Now this guy chiming in.
Yeah.
This guy, it's just California waking up.
Hey, by the way, half these people in this chat want to buy my jersey. Why isn't it posted yet? The beautiful face.
Because who wants that face?
It's a beautiful face. No, but we got some big stuff planned this year. I know me and Doug he's
fighting words now.
And this is the one problem I have with chat. You don't know what emphasis to put on the word when it's just flat in the chat. I'll let you all think about that in your dirty minds as you read that.
Mike's ready. He's coming as well. Let's see. He's coming.
Oh, you so
well. You know what? Cook. You can come all you want on Saturday. We're going Friday. We haven't said it yet, but we're going Friday. So Saturday you can come and talk all you want.
Oh, I love you all.
Listen, there you go. And Conway's you helped him get ready for bed. So it's just don't dream of him. Just don't dream of him.
I heard it sweat. Oh, I love you all.
Yeah. So that's the upcoming week. How the schedule's going to go this week for myself, for me, and then for both of us. Not sure just what your schedule is this week, Donnie. For me, I've got a major announcement coming out tomorrow about the show. Major. Then Wednesday night we'll be back again live. We'll have a live show Wednesday night because for both of us, you with that former house thing that you did, the doghouse thing, we're both been around for 5 years. So Wednesday is the exact anniversary to the day that I put the first show out. Right, so we'll be going live. We've got some guests coming in who have former Down and Back guests, and even possibly they may have been guests with your show. We got them coming on to talk, and yeah, so that I think that I'm looking forward to that. It's a lot of fun. They'll be doing kind of some little cameo appearances, 5-10 minutes each, and then they're out, and the next person will be coming in, and we'll just be talking crap and some stuff about our last 5 years of doing this podcast stuff, because like I've always said, I didn't know if I'd last 5 episodes, but now it's 5 years of being in this lovely basement.
It's been a wild ride over the last 5 years. I know I've had way more ups and downs than you have, and we've talked about them. But the great thing about the podcast and traveling and playing cornhole, it's been fun with the amount of people I've got to meet. Like Cook in the chat, nobody likes him, but he's okay. Right? I mean, he's a great guy. He makes some of the best jerseys in the country. He is my jersey supplier. He hooks me up with all the stuff that I need. He's a great person. And just meeting you, Doug, I mean, for the longest time, I think it was 3 years in before we actually got to meet. I think
it was Niagara, the first opening in Niagara.
We got to talk more in Zooms, and I think we really scared you on one of the first Zooms when I think that might have been one of the times when my buddy Keith almost burnt his house down with the potatoes.
Yep.
We were all drinking and playing cornhole in the driveway and doing live feeds and stupid stuff. And Keith looked at his kitchen window and smoke was pouring out of it. And Doug's like, what the hell did I get myself into?
Well, even the first couple of shows where you and your former partner, Brennan, were on the show. And if anyone goes back to look at that, set some time out because they were like 3-hour shows.
Yeah.
About absolutely everything.
It was about a stream of consciousness.
Yes.
That's all it was. Because there was no script. There was no pre-planning. It was we all got on and just hit the button.
Yeah. And I used to laugh at Brendan because there was a few pints. a lot of them, and I thought because he used to go and he used to have them, he'd always be filling it, but then bring his glass up from here. Every time the glass was coming, it's and beer is that color of liquid, and it was just coming straight up all the time. There was questionable, and then it's okay. He's in and he's out. That's what Cook does. It's
Wait a minute, but he still didn't listen. He says he's going to put some goodies to give out Saturday.
yeah.
Yeah. Well, I'll call him later. Don't worry. He listen. He makes great jerseys. He's not that bright. His jerseys are bright, but he is not.
Unlike East Coast Cornhole, who are jerseys are bright, and they are bright people. TJ and Graham are great people. So make sure you go and check out East Coast Cornhole and order a down and back jersey, as it will help me out there. He laughed. Hey, at least you got him laughing. Well, then okay there. The other thing, just as I was about to hit share, he Derek, I've got to get one of those first as well. That's all I got to say.
Listen, I think I have a down and back flag that I haven't gotten like 2 years because I haven't.
Yeah, no, I gave this person one, and I gave him a second one, and neither one made it to you yet.
No, but on October 19th, I'm at his house for a tournament, so
you got to steal it.
I gotta. No, well, he has it. He still has it waiting for me.
Okay.
Okay. I let him hang up some of the other stuff that you gave me, some of the other company stuff you had given me back in the day. But he still has the down and back one for me.
Mm-hmm. And I just have a koozie. So,
listen, there's not much voice merchandise out there. Honestly, to be serious, most of my stuff when we were making it was just Doghouse stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Like all the hoodies we did, all the hats we had, it was all Doghouse. I made some voice stuff myself on the side. I know Michelle made me those koozies. I also had some stickers.
Mike, there could be some stuff like that coming out. I've got some ideas. I just have to talk to him.
Yeah, Mike, we've got a lot of plans for this year to really, blow this thing up and really continue to keep moving forward because, Bret Hart, who most of you guys might know from Canada, what they had the Can-Am connection, that wrestling thing. We're the best Can-Am connection.
I think what it's going to probably happen is going to be some sort of collective jersey for when we get together for the first time. We'll probably have some stuff like that there for sale when that happens at that venue.
Yeah, stay tuned. We've got a lot. We've got a lot of irons in the fire. We've talked to a lot of different people. I know, Doug, you have a ton of contacts up there. I have a ton of contacts down here. We're just trying to figure out what the right time to strike is and when, what the right stuff to bring out is, because without all of you, there's not us.
No, right? Exactly not.
We
not
don't,
at all.
We're just two knuckleheads with microphones that love to talk about cornhole. Without all of you guys kind of in the chat and talking to us, we really don't get to do anything. And I just got to say thank you to all of you, because this is, time I look forward to. There were times when I was doing the podcast and, sometimes it was fun, but sometimes it was a struggle because do I really want to do this? It's a lot of work. It's a lot of time. But I've really been energized, Doug, with
he went there. Dustin went there.
No, but I've had a great time hanging out with you. Even just talking on the side, and I do have my second wife, Derek Barrett, who, if I don't look at his post like within 3 seconds, he tells me to stop looking at my watch. I love him to death, but sometimes I have to cheat and use my watch just to see what's going on and keep, pretend I like my job.
Well, that's the thing is you had a few years of where it wasn't just you. There was a collaboration, right? So you were able to have some. The 5 years here has just been me just trying to do stuff, and and that's why it's become so much easier now with us kind of doing this collaboration, because I have it's not just me talking to people. There's a give and take with this now, right? That it's so much fun. Like, it's not talking to yourself. Sucks.
Yeah, playing with yourself is not fun. I mean,
I always win. I always win when I do that. Finish first all the time. Yeah.
Always finish first.
Yeah. Second place is always up for grabs on that one.
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
Maybe the stranger, but why does
Katie says, unlike that football team, she always looks forward to watching us.
Well, that's our baby girl right there. Listen, and I just gotta say, you know what? Through the last 5 years, kind of doing this and putting myself out there, I've met the most amazing people, but I also have made such an amazing family in this game.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I know, like, we joke around a lot, but I know if I ever need anything, I could go to you. That Derek guy would always help out too. But like Candy, Bruce, and the entire Titan Cornhole family, Greba, his wife Jenny, and everybody that works there have been amazing. Cook has been a great friend throughout the years, although sometimes never calls me back. Meacham, all the people we've been able to meet and just like have fun with. Trey Ryder.
Yep.
Stacy Moore, even though still hasn't accepted my friend request from 6 years ago.
Exactly.
Kat and Tanner, Mike, all these people have, just been like, have really made my life better over the last couple of years. And I know they've really touched you too, with really making it so we want to continue doing stuff in this game. Yes, there's highs and lows.
Yep.
But honestly, I think that the highs outweigh the lows.
Exactly. Yeah. And then, like, for me, like, you have the Titan guys. I know for me, starting off, I would be nowhere in this podcast game if it wasn't for Matt Plyle. Because Matt I had the idea, Matt gave me the push, and, and still, no longer part of the show, but still behind the scenes, Matt is giving me that push, right? There's him and I talk all the time whenever I'm at league night. We talk, and he's like, try this, try that, you can do this, you can talk about this. He's always the behind the scenes stuff. Matt's I'm going to be behind Matt always 1,000%, because he's, like I said, he's the guy that kind of got me, going with cornhole, got me with the podcaster stuff, and just it's that cornhole family that we talk, that it's just you kind of start to get your back up when people talk shit about the people who are trying to, you hate it, but trying to grow the game, trying to make the game better for everybody. Same, Jamie Cowan's the same way with that as well, that he's, I can go there late night. We can have like 2-3 hour talks till like 2-3 in the morning about what's going on, and just, to get that pep talk from people when things aren't the best. It's and we poke fun at them a lot, and sometimes they poke fun back at us. But the two brothers in Cleveland,
I stuck up for them the other day. Someone said they smelled. I said like shit they do.
I had something else, but it's that, someone said that they ate shit sandwiches. I was like, not true, because they just don't like bread. But it's those two guys really, and the podcasting, like, we can say stuff like that's here, but when we talk together, we're a family. Like, we're always there for each other. And that's kind of, our live show here on Wednesday night, I'm going to talk a little bit more about that, because I'm bringing in some non-cornhole people to talk. We'll start the show off that way. And I've always wanted this year, these hangouts, and I'm so much like, we're not getting like the hundreds and whatever viewers or whatever here live, which is fine. But I look to it, and like I said, I'm gonna tease a bit of Wednesday night, but getting in this year, I'd seen the Music World Hangouts that they do, and there's one that started 6 minutes ago that I'm missing. Is one that my cousin Ben does, and that's what got me into really wanting to do this year live show, these live hangouts, because that's what they do, and all the collaborations all get together and they go on the shows. And there's actually in his tonight is a collaboration. I'm not on it for some reason, but on the YouTube side, he just hit 2 million views, and it's like I'm so ecstatic for him for doing that. He takes a shit out of me sometimes because I'm like, hey, the last 90 days, I got 19,000 reactions to stuff that I've done, right? And he's like, yeah, I hit 2 million views. I'm like, just shut up. Just give me my time and space that I've got. I had almost 20,000 reactions in 90 days. Like I went from like nothing to the last little bit here is, you feel that the momentum, sometimes stuff just turns. And, you when you start to think that, what, is anybody even watching or any really caring what we do? And then all of a sudden, boom, it's like a show's got like over 1,000 views. And it's like, okay, well, maybe I am making a bit of a difference, right?
Listen, here's the thing. I know you talk to me all the time that I need to grow my YouTube channel. I think I have 78 followers on my YouTube channel. I don't post anything in a while. I'm going to start posting some stuff soon. But it's for me, it isn't the numbers, right? I just love, because I do more stuff on the Book of Face.
Yep.
And that's been my main platform. But I sometimes I just like to hear my own voice, and I love when people confirm that they want to watch it, right? Listen, if there's anything I love in this world, it's me, right? But at the same time, I the game is growing leaps and bounds every single year. We, the two of us, get the privilege of being able to talk to people behind the scenes, right?
Mm-hmm.
I know me and you have talked about this, and we've talked a little bit on the show, but we get to hear a lot of stuff that we don't talk about.
Yes.
Like I've known a shit ton of reveals that I have not talked about because it's not my place to say that, right? We get scoops, we talk to everybody, we hear a lot of stuff. It's not my, like, I know we're sort of the news, but I don't want to be TMZ.
Yes.
Right?
And I found that in my former position with ACL Canada, where I was doing the ACL Canada social media stuff before doing just live stuff. And I would find stuff out that, sure, I could be the guy to go and put the scoop out on the down and back. Hey, here, I need to get this out. But you know what? Out of respect to the ACL Canada and what they're trying to build, it wasn't my place to put that out. That needed to be with the other members of that team. I had to make sure to give them the space to do that. And you know what? Sometimes do you want to say I took a hit for not putting it out? Like I could have gained a whole bunch of people with that big scoop. But there's a time and a place, and I don't want to say I respect the game too much.
Well, here's the thing. Here's what
to make it about me first.
Doug, you would rather gain respect than followers.
Very true. And that's, and there's been some guests and I really not afraid to say it that I've went and we've had the talks before and I've said, are you okay if we talk about this? And if they say no, I'm not going to talk about it. Right. Because, even like with Trey Ryder on the show, I did put out that thing where I kind of, surprised him with Timothy Pitcher about that one time, but it was a good fun thing because I'd seen him ambushed before on shows with stuff where he couldn't see what was going on in the chat, which was a lot of disrespect to him, but the person doing that really didn't offer him a chance to rebut what was going on in the comments. And there's been a couple times where he's been on where I've kind of said, okay, this has been going on, or this happened to break today. Are we okay to talk about this? Sometimes he'll say, let me touch on it a little bit, or you know what, I think we need to let that lay and just kind of put that off to the side and not talk about it. And I've had to respect that it's I'm not here to take anything out on people. I'm here just to kind of have people talk where they're comfortable. I want a space where people are comfortable to be able to talk and let stuff out, because that's, you know,
Well,
I want to say
Doug,
it's my name and my reputation that's on the line with
Well, but
how I act or what I do in the shows.
but you're also giving them space, right?
Yeah.
Because it's not about. All right, I'm going to go on a little bit of a political rant right now, and this is not just cornhole. This is the world as we live in. Everybody wants that shock jock, like reporter, like attack of everything everybody does. That's not who you are. That's not who I am. Right? We're about giving people space to talk about what they need to talk about. And when it comes to gossip, rumors, all the other stuff, we're not going to be there. It's just not going to. If you want to hear that, you're not going to hear it here, because that's not what we're about. We want to give people space to talk about what's happening in the game. And listen, I was probably one of the worst people for the ACL for many, many years. I know me and Stacy have talked about it. Me and Trey have talked about it, because I didn't like what they were doing. And maybe I didn't articulate my points well enough to be able to say that I wasn't attacking them. I was attacking the three letters.
Mhm.
But I also don't want to be that person that brings somebody onto this show, or even just talking to them someplace else, and just spring something on them to make them look bad. I would much rather have a very human, very visceral debate with them about what we wanted to talk about, and letting them know ahead of time, listen, I'm going to bring this up. Do you want to address it? Do you not want to address it? And we can kind of go back and forth, or we can skirt the topic at the same time, because the thing with it is sometimes, there's been a lot of stuff in cornhole where there was some bad stuff that happened a couple of years ago with somebody, and everybody wanted to talk about it live. To me, it was a very harsh topic, right? It was bad. And I just don't think it needs to be brought into a discussion for cornhole. The only reason cornhole was talking about it is because that person was part of the community.
Mhm.
And I just don't think we need to tarnish the game because of some person's actions.
True.
I don't know. That's my soapbox for this evening.
Well, as we end on a high note,
Yeah.
but
Yeah. But hey, guess what, kids? Big things in the works this year.
Yeah.
So, season starts in 2 days, but bigger things are happening on this show over the next couple months. And we have a travel schedule that we've built out for the next 8 months. You guys can't know about it yet because, we're talking to the airlines, and our pilot that we hired, you might know him from Grease and some other shows that he did. He was a sweat hog.
yeah.
He's going to be flying us around in his 747. As you know, it's going to be rebranded. It won't be the Travolta
equipped, and there's a couple of mini bag courts on this plane.
Yeah, so we're going to put some mini boards in there. John, as I call him, will be flying us around to certain tournaments. You won't be able to see him because he's going to be maintaining the plane while we're at the show, because, he doesn't want to take the spotlight away from us.
Mhm.
So, stay tuned. But no, we do have a lot of stuff coming up that we're going to be doing. And, this collab that me and Doug have been doing over the last couple months,
we're over a year now doing this.
Has it really been a year?
It
Jesus.
seems like a couple months, and I look back, I'm like, holy crap, it's been almost over a year that we've been
Holy-
doing this.
But listen, like the
Yeah.
thing with it is I have my sponsors, Doug has his sponsors. We're working on some sponsorship stuff together. But I know, my family, his family, we will all support each other and, we make things happen. So, stay tuned. Some big stuff is about to drop.
Exactly. Yeah. Like I said, tomorrow there's some big stuff dropping for my staff of the show. Something I'm excited about that I've been working on for, I think myself and the other party have been working on for a good couple months back and forth. That we go, okay, we'll set this date to talk, and then left turn happens with family stuff, and then we don't talk, and it's okay, we got to talk, and then so finally we did talk, and stuff's been worked out, and hoping to announce it. Hopefully, be able to put out some a little video about it. As long as I want to do it, but then my wife's like, that she wants to be part of it. I'm like, but it's cornhole.
Hey,
You don't like cornhole. And
remember the golden rule, Doug. Karma is a bitch. All right.
I can't say that. I can't say that. I can't
I
say that at all.
I say it in a loving way because she will shut you down.
Yeah, she's right up there. Literally right there.
Literally right there.
Yeah.
And she's got a glass to the floor.
Yeah. It's like, like Cousin Ben says in his show every night, Doug's wife is real. Karma is real.
Karma
I
is
deal with it all. Deal with karma all the time. Yeah. But for really, for you, it's with Dana, and for me, it's with Karma. We couldn't do what we do without them, and their blessing, and they're letting us, it's our first weekend with the travel trailer, being seasonal, and I said, it was like, hey, see ya. I know we have to do cleanup before we pack it up for the weekend, but I'm going to do a show. So,
listen, Dahlia was supposed to come down here and wish you a happy anniversary, but she forgot.
Maybe that's Wednesday, right? So it's
maybe we'll get her down here.
Yeah, but so with that, I think I'll put in a video out tomorrow. Day 9 and day 10 are coming up for the 10 days of down and back, and watch the video from today. It's something that, like I'd said in the lead up to putting a clip on, it's only a couple second clip, but there's a lot of stuff that we do that doesn't make it to air or in public. This was one of those things because my phone here, I've got a lot of the videos on my phone, and I've got some that it's like take 20 before I actually got it right. And I've got all the F-bombs and everything else when I've done something wrong, done it. But it's a video that it's another, remember, like we talked about on the top of the show, that this is the 3rd anniversary of Rocky Rockwell. This was a person who's from our local league that has passed, left me hanging, but it's a typical him type video. It was a good memory for me, and I had to warn some of the other people from our local league to say, hey, I'm putting this video out, and they've all seen it before, and so hopefully they're all okay with me putting that out. But yeah, it's this 5 years of work in progress. It's just wow. And hopefully Wednesday night for this live show that we'll be doing, for a look back at both of our shows, that I have nobody on the show while driving to an event, because that's happened before. That show's been deleted and gone, but they were driving their vehicle and on the phone video. Yeah. So again, thank you all for watching here on a Sunday night, the season's eve. Or if you're in Newfoundland, this would be a Tibbs Eve show, kind of like Christmas. Yeah, it's a long story. Don't worry about it. They know what it is.
I'll figure it out later.
Yep.
I'll just Google it.
Yep. So, thank you all for watching. Have fun with each other, and have fun gonna say playing with each other, but it's cornhole. Have fun with cornhole. And Rob, again, thank you for doing that last night. For me, it's literally like getting some people. I would love to have some people in each province be able to be a part of the show, so that when they go to events, they can put stuff out. Yes, Andrew, pause. Why don't you go get Mary Brown's or something? It's yeah. So yeah, it's I want to have people coast to coast to contribute to the show and just go live whenever. And then my wife can say, "I thought you're at work. How come you were live?" I was like, "Because it wasn't me." But yeah, just go and have fun playing the game of cornhole, laughs and memories. It's okay, Andrew. Okay, but yeah. So and because now that we've got less people watching, congratulate Derek Barrett on actually winning a tournament yesterday. He's been waiting for me to say that. He was partnered up with Kim McFarlane, one of the co-owners of Winging It. At the Winging It, they did a Children's Wish Foundation tournament, which is they do a lot of that stuff for Children's Wish Foundation, and to help out in the Bay Roberts area, which is close to this part of me because that is where I have some family as well. So doing some great stuff in that area. So everyone just be nice to each other, like it says in the bottom. Oh, and be nice. That's all we need to do. Anything else from you?
Listen, kids, have fun, throw bags, help your community. Love you all.
I thought there was something else coming.
Oh, but if you play against Derek Barrett, he'll always be in second place.